streaming services will be the death of good quality anime if things don't change. Ever since the surge in popularity of anime in the last 2 decades, with franchises like One Piece outselling Marvel and DC in comic book sales in 2022, Western TV streaming services have been scrambling to license as many animes as they can on their platform, creating a huge problem for us anime fans. At this point in 2025, you would have to be subscribed to at least 4 different streaming services if you want to enjoy all the animes you love. Oh, wanna watch Cyberpunk or Danada? You need a Netflix subscription. Need Solo Leveling or JJK? You need a Crunchyroll subscription. Oh, I heard Dororo is pretty good. You need an Amazon Prime subscription. Lazarus that's currently airing is amazing. Yeah. Adult Swim. It's just complete chaos at this point. You would have to be a millionaire and subscribe to at least 10 to 20 streaming services to enjoy or watch any anime you're interested in. Now, ultimately, this leads us to another problem affecting the anime industry. Piracy. I'm not an advocate for piracy. I do not recommend anyone pirate their anime from some sketchy website because they can't subscribe to 10 different streaming sites at once. Mostly because it loses the anime and manga industry a lot of money, which ultimately affects the author's income to the animation studio to the streaming service itself. In 2024 alone, the anime and manga industry had estimated to have lost $13.2 billion to piracy, and that's a ridiculous number. That money could have gone down to the animators and studios encouraging more high quality animes to be made, but yet here we are. Now I can't really just blame these people, the people that pirate these animes. If they had money to sub to all these sites, surely they would, but at this point, what choice do they really have? It's not the people's fault. Pirated sites have all these animes in one place with easy access and no subscriptions. Now I know this isn't a problem with anime alone. This is a current problem with media in general. Hollywood movies and series are spread across all these different streaming sites. Sports like football require you to have at least 3 subscriptions to watch all the matches your favorite club plays. So we can't exactly blame these streaming services for the headache anime fans have to face to watch their favorite anime show. Or can we? Remember how I said streaming services were scrambling to license animes back in the day? Well, let's see how they treat animes nowadays. Take Moonrise for example, a Netflix anime that's fairly decent we just released on the platform and no one knew about it. Why? Because Netflix couldn't be bothered to advertise it. Netflix simply refused to acknowledge this anime's existence even though this anime is supposed to be a Netflix exclusive. Netflix ignored this anime so much so that the author of the anime literally had to start begging people on social media to watch it because Netflix just wouldn't advertise it. Streaming sites now have so many animes on their platforms that they're now picking favorites. Animes like Uzumaki and Ninja Kamui dropping on Adult Swim aren't given a decent budget to work with. The animation is peak in the first 2 episodes, but then it just turns to shit as it goes on. The animation in the last few episodes look nothing like the animation in the first few episodes. Uzumaki's animation looked like moving PNGs in its ending, and Ninja Kamui had to resort to bad 3D CGI to end the final battle, all because Adult Swim wouldn't give the project the needed budget. Animes like The Beginning After the End, which I already talked about on the channel, don't get Solo Leveling level of budget according to fans because Crunchyroll now picks favorites, I guess. Every anime should be given equal opportunity to be represented in their anime adaptation in the best quality possible, or in other words, they should be given a decent budget. We've gotten to the point where streaming sites now only favor the most popular anime IPs, giving them the biggest budgets, and then just squeezing the rest into a pile of trash and tossing it into the ocean of background visuals. All this is making people lose interest in anime, and don't let me get started on anime live actions. Hollywood and Western streaming sites like Netflix have been responsible for butchering so many beloved animes like Dragon Ball and Death Note in live action. Sure, they've had some pretty good wins with the One Piece live action, which is pretty good, but then they completely lose momentum with stuff like the Kagagure live action, which without even releasing already looks so bad. Completely changing the motivations of the main character, casting the completely wrong actors, and utterly it just really looks bad. It looks cringe as hell. Some animes are just best left as animes. Not everything needs to have a live action. Gone are the days when Tokyo TV or Funimation controlled all of the anime IPs. Now we need a shit ton of subscriptions before we can call ourselves anime fans. Not to mention these subscriptions going to greedy streaming sites that don't even care enough about the animes they produce. Anime fans and fans of anything honestly in general have to go through a lot these days, but you don't have to because you're subscribed to my channel. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.